Kari Lake is the Trump administration's senior advisor for the U.S. Agency for Global Media, and she joins us now. Kari, good to see you. They're trying to say this is, this big backlash to Trump and Elon. Is it that, or is it just complacency after a huge win? Is there apathy from Republicans? They got what they wanted, and it's hard to get them out. Democrats, though, are enraged. Of course they're motivated.
I think that, it's a special election. It's an off year. But I also think we still have issues with our elections, and that's why I was so excited that President Trump signed an executive order to push for election integrity. We have to resolve some serious problems in our elections across the country, and until we do that, we're going to have things that just don't make any sense, where you could see a huge push to have election integrity, but the same people who are for that would vote for this judge in Wisconsin. Some of the things just don't make sense. We want fair, honest elections, and I think it's interesting that we're still seeing people on one side of the aisle who don't want things like voter ID, who don't want Trump's executive order rooting out election fraud, and that's concerning. We want fair elections so every vote counts. I just think they're trying to find anything to tear down MAGA, and they're not going to tear down that Americans want to make our country great again.
Yeah, and I just think they really miss it with this whole idea that there's this huge sweeping backlash. I mean, I just don't think anything really identifies that at all. And I think when you look at it, I think there is a fairly broad approval for the moves that the president's making. I think the messaging's way better in this 4 years. And I think that, though, when you come off of a huge win, you're going to have a lot of Republican voters that just don't care to engage that much, because there's just a general there's an amount of complacency that comes with a big victory, and the other side is just seething for more power.
People support what Elon Musk and Doge are doing. I get, every day I'm walking down the street, even here in D.C., people stop and say, thank you for working with Doge. Thank you for rooting out the misuse of taxpayer dollars. People are absolutely for that. I think this is just a push by the media and the fake news to try to find anything to attack Trump on, because they know he's winning for the American people.
That's exactly right. Want to play you this. Thought you'd get a kick out of it. CNN's Jake Tapper talking about, speaking of Elon Musk, billionaires in politics. Take a listen.
A Republican will say, well, what about J.B. Pritzker, and what about George Soros, and what about this, what about that? And I guess the answer is, you don't see George, first of all,
George Soros
you don't see them out there talking.
Yeah. So is it better to be a billionaire injecting your money into destroying the country, or somebody that's out there? The most transparent part of government we've ever seen is Elon Musk. I guess that's a bad thing.
I actually appreciate the way Elon made his money, that he's actually risking a lot of his billions by doing this. This isn't helping him anyway. This isn't helping his business. And some of these other guys, you look at where their money's coming from, and you see a trickle down from our own government trickling money into their NGOs and various nonprofits, and you start to wonder, have we been paying for our own demise through the money that's being funneled into these folks? So, look, the American people just want to make sure that the government is working, that it's efficient. That's what we're getting with the help of Elon. And there's no one better. I'm working with the Doge people. They're just problem solvers. They don't care about the politics of it. They just know that we can't continue along in the direction we're going with the spending that we're seeing. The math doesn't math. It's not adding up, and we can't continue along. So thankfully, they're willing to give their time and sacrifice to help us out.
Yeah, Elon Musk got rich building electric cars and rockets. Look at how George Soros got rich, if they really want to have that conversation. He was a very, very nasty guy for a long time. That's how he got all his money. Kari Lake, good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.